Hey, 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 hey. What's happening? It is Friday. Thank the sweet baby Jesus. It's Friday.
Yeah.
February 28th, 2025. Tanner, Drew, and Lauren. We are live.
Oh, God.
Some people are so gullible. And also, there are GTA fans, Grand Theft Auto 6 fans that are just kind of desperate for any information.
Yeah.
But there's a flyer or a little poster that was going viral on the internet. Even a listener sent it to me. I had seen it before then, but the poster said, posted from Rockstar's Twitter account.
Oh, God.
And it said that the second trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 will be out February 30th.
Okay, well, that's not a thing.
Well,
And then you'd read the comments and you had kids losing their minds. Like, this is it!
it's like, awesome.
That's funny.
And then there's like a handful of people, guys, that day doesn't exist.
Yeah. It's a no-go.
But
February 30th.
I don't know when that trailer is going to come out, but today is the last day of February. No trailer for GTA today, as far as I know.
Was it supposed to be a
Or on
February thing, or is this just a troll?
Just a troll. Just a troll. It's just one of those things going viral, like when they have a fake trailer coming out for a movie that may or may not exist.
Or they'll do the GTA trailer, and then you pull it up, and you're like, these are all clips from the last game.
Oh, it makes me insane. Or they modify stuff from the last game, and sometimes it can look convincing. But
Well, the last one was beautiful. So, like, you just show us that, and we're like, yeah.
So anyway,
People have too much time on their hands, though.
Dude,
It's like,
100%.
I don't get it. Like, I'll scroll through Facebook and I'll see a trailer for Aliens 98. Some movie that doesn't exist. They'll have a fake trailer with Ripley on it again or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just superimposed, and I don't know why kids do that.
yeah.
Yeah, attention. Number
guess.
one.
Yeah, right.
More than
Yes.
anything.
But I just start blocking those accounts. I usually see it on Facebook.
Oh, yeah,
a lot of
that's
fake,
I don't,
fake nonsense.
There's a lot of weird stuff on Facebook, which is why I don't go on there.
I feel like that's where
Stay away.
That's where like the gullibles are at. It's because that's where
Yeah.
your parents and your grandparents are at, and they'll click on anything.
Mm-hmm.
My mom clicks on anything.
For a person who doesn't go to Twitter, that's the rantiest place I see, because the Gram's not as ranty, and you don't do anything on the talk. You just watch.
So no GTA 6 trailer, as far as I know. I don't know when that's going to come out, but whenever it does, I probably won't be here because I will be at home playing that game.
Fair enough.
But anyway, it's Friday. We got a lot going on this morning. We've got some Blazer tickets, Blazers and Pistons tickets later on today.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't really been paying attention to the games this week. I know things have
We
been
have a
hot.
game for the Blazers game tonight. They've won 3 in a row, so we're starting to get that momentum we had before, and maybe we can get another big streak.
And this game's coming up on the 9th, so things could still be on fire then. 7:30 this morning, we'll have those tickets. Let's do this now.
Let's get it on. And now, the big story.
This is where we go around the room sharing what we think the biggest stories of the day are. Who wants to go first?
I can go first because this is a fun little lighthearted piece of news. I think the big story is that George Harrison of the Beatles, his breakfast toast from 1963 just sold at auction. Collectors will buy anything.
How did they save the toast?
That's my question. The toast was part of his meal the night of the Beatles' final show at the Cavern Club in Liverpool. And after it left Harrison's hands, for some reason, somebody must have snatched it.
Yeah.
It sold in 1991 for $94,800. And now it's been sold for an undisclosed price by another collector. It's probably undisclosed because this man is embarrassed.
Yeah, you should be.
Because of how much money he spent on a piece of old toast.
I've seen people react like that firsthand, though. I remember when I was working for Z100 here in Portland, Rob Thomas, the lead singer of Matchbox 20, came through the radio station
Hot stuff.
to perform. And this is when Matchbox 20 was like fire. Like,
Yeah.
They were, it was probably the tail end of their peak, but they were still in the middle, somewhere around their peak.
At one point, they were the biggest pop band, it felt like.
And so, where was I?
They
with that?
came through town, and what people
Yeah,
will...
so they came to perform in the studio, and we invited a bunch of listeners into the studio to watch. Like, it was like 10 or 15 listeners. All of them are girls.
Yeah.
Rob Thomas left a water bottle in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
And then left, and one girl picked it up, but another girl wanted it. And these two chicks fought over this water bottle for 5 minutes where someone had to come and intervene and be like, nobody gets the water bottle. It's staying here.
Think about them now. They're grown up. There's no way they listen
Whatever.
to Matchbox 20
They're
all
still
the time.
they're still thinking about that water
Somebody
bottle.
just
Like, damn.
licks the lid of that bad boy.
I've seen it. They were kind of like manic about it. They were acting insane, and I was so embarrassed because one of them was my girlfriend.
Oh, no.
Yeah, could you
Well,
calm down?
Yeah.
That's amazing. The big story to me is a shooting that went down, and not your standard issue shooting. This is another healthcare CEO being targeted, and this time it hits pretty close to home. The Lake Oswego home belonging to the CEO of the Oregon Workers' Compensation Insurance Organization it's also, well, his house got fired on multiple times. It's right down the street from here. And
Yikes.
Nobody knows who this person is. They've just released some footage of them, but is this supposed to be like Luigi or whatever his name is? He's a Mario character. It's
Vigilante
Luigi, right?
justice. Yes. Yeah. So did they steal anything from the house?
No,
or did they
just fired shots at the house, and police believe it is because he is the CEO of Safe.
Huh. Interesting. Ooh, that's scary.
So, Laura was like saying, come on, you have plenty of crime where you live. And they're mounting up. The list of crimes are mounting up.
It's like, they're not
big.
minor. They're huge crimes.
They all make the news.
Right. I think the big story is Blue Origin's upcoming flight to space will feature a group of famous women. The rocket company owned by Jeff Bezos announced Thursday that Katy Perry, Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez will all be part of the crew. And they'll also be joined by former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowie, if I'm saying her name correctly. I hope I am.
Okay.
They're going up there. It's pretty exciting. A launch date hasn't been announced yet, but it's expected to happen this spring. It will be the 11th human flight for Blue Origin's New Shepard program. So Katy Perry, going to be a little firework up in the sky.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be interesting to see. I'll watch that.
I hope the Blue Origin, the rocket ship doesn't explode, because then she'll become the firework.
Is Blue Origin's the space weenie, right?
Yeah.
That's the penis.
Space
The
penis.
space
penis. So is it still shaped like that? They said it's kind of new. Is it just like bigger and...
It's probably more detailed. It's probably got a vein on the side.
Girthier. Yeah.
Like a big pipe or something.
Yeah. The stamp on the top is pretty pronounced.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Anyway, more on those stories at 1059thebrew.com. Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Happy Friday. Drew's got sports here in just a few minutes. What do you have?
A battle with the Brooklyn Nets tonight for the Blazers. We'll tell you what to expect.
That is coming up right after Soundgarden. We're also going to check some of your talkback messages. So if you have something to say to the show, download that iHeartRadio app today. It's 6:24. Tanner, Drew, and Laura on 105.9 The Brew.
One, two, three.
And now, Brew Sports. Here's Drew.
Well, it took a while, but it looks like John Gruden, remember, he was the one who was bounced from his job after his emails were leaked during an investigation of the Washington Commanders. They were trying to figure out what was going on with that owner, and by going through, having like a subpoena to go through his emails, they found emails from John Gruden in private conversations where he was less than PC with his conversation. Now, he was villainized hard, and even the owner of the Raiders, where he was coaching at the time, said he was pressed to do something, so he had to fire Gruden from his $100 million contract. Guy spent a ton of time on Monday Night Football, but it seems like the grip is being loosened on him as he has that job with Barstool Sports now. And Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers, have reinstated the Super Bowl winning head coach into the team's Ring of Honor. So maybe John Gruden's going to get a second chance after all. Tonight, Portland Trailblazers on the road. You get that matinee game kind of, 4:30 this afternoon. Blazers favored by 1.5 in this. Now that's kind of close for a team that has a worse record than Portland, but it is a long road trip, and the numbers normally say you're going to let up at some point, but it's 4.5 games out of the play-in. The Blazers can't afford to lose one against one of the lowly teams. Let's go Blazers tonight, and it's on Rip City Radio, 6:20 a.m. There's your sports.
Thank you very much. All right, coming up next, I got to tell you about a New Jersey brothel that was being run by a woman named Soon Bang.
Soon Bang.
Okay, all right. That seems appropriate.
She was born for this.
We'll tell you about that. Also, the highest paid Oscar nominees per minute on screen. Obviously, you got the Academy Awards this Sunday.
Yeah.
And when you hear how much these people are actually making per minute, it's going to make you really hate yourself when you're driving to work this morning.
Oh,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Holy crap, it's a lot of money. That is all coming up right after Tom Petty. Happy Friday. It's Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. Tanner, Drew, and Laura. So there was a brothel in New Jersey that was run by a 63-year-old woman whose name was Soon Bang. Soon you bang at Soon Bangs.
Soon bang.
Yep.
Well, that's it's destiny at that point. You're born for this.
Allegedly, she was running a prostitution business from her massage parlor. It was actually named Oasis Spa, but it should be called Soon Bangs.
Of course, with all the blacked out windows and neon signs.
Yeah, and it's just like a spray painted price around the windows.
It was always open at the strangest times, like late at night, which I thought was weird.
Yeah. During a police raid, officers found numerous condoms hidden in places like mattresses and even inside of a plant.
Whoa.
Why would you hide the condoms?
I don't know, because you don't want it to be obvious. I
If
guess.
if they're coming in to bust your prostitution ring, why do you have condoms in a place that doesn't use those?
Better safe
The
than
condoms
sorry.
are hidden under the orchid.
We're just being safe in case something pops off. No one's getting paid.
The owner's name, Soon Bang, which does seem a bit on the nose. She's, I guess, actually, she was a 67-year-old employee admitted to performing there. So like a bunch of older people.
Oh,
A bunch of older
man.
people working at Sue Bangs.
But now, I mean, you can't underestimate the experience, and they probably moisturize soft hands. But at the same time, 60-something is not the normal, not the normal business.
I mean, desperate times.
the
I
business
guess.
model is a little loose here.
They also raided her home, which they found a large amount of cash and similar things were discovered, like condoms. I don't know if those were in plants at her house.
Got to keep them stocked up.
Bang told police that she didn't check her employees' IDs and knew about some online reviews describing the place, but it's not true. And blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Why would you go online and review a sexy massage parlor?
I bet it happens a lot. I bet you there's like,
Do
if
people
if
go
you're,
in genuinely thinking that it's an actual massage parlor?
I bet you.
Yeah, well,
When you think Robert Kraft, you don't think he knew what was going on in there when he walked in?
No, that's what I mean. I mean, do people go in on accident?
Yeah,
thinking that
absolutely. So the one that got busted where I live, it's next door to a Papa Murphy's.
Right.
And a friend of mine's wife, before it got busted, she
Right.
walked in there to go like get the price sheet, and it was just so awkward that they basically told her everything was expensive and off limits.
Yeah.
And she left.
So
and
there-
it wasn't until the raid that she was like, oh.
There are people who don't really get it, and then like will walk in, but
Because it says it's a place to get a massage.
It just looks like a normal
a
place.
spa.
But I think that it's one of those things where if
Okay, but
if
you
you're using
can-
your street smarts, you know better.
Yeah.
You can
I mean-
tell a difference.
Well, I mean-
they have a special look to them.
Not all of them. I mean, the one was in plain sight next to Papa Murphy's on Boone's Ferry. I mean,
that is pretty bold.
That
to
is
put it in like a
straight up-
strip mall.
yeah.
I think they're really, I don't want to say cocky, but they're kind of cocky about
Yeah.
it. I feel like they're
I
both.
mean-
like, listen, I feel like some criminals just don't care either. I mean, when they were selling
Yeah.
shrooms, they put a sign up that said shrooms.
Mushroom house.
For
yeah.
God's sakes.
got away with that for hours though.
Yeah.
9197 is our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line. Anyway, bad news. I think Soon Bangs has been shut down. So
Oh,
Oh,
so
that's too bad.
no more
no
Soon
more.
Bangs.
Not soon. At
Well,
least.
I mean, take a stroll down 82nd Street. I'm sure you can find a similar,
now-
establishment.
we're gonna need some antibiotics.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the Oscars. The Oscars. I always get them confused because they call them also the Academy Awards and the
Yes.
I know whatever.
Correct.
Just call it one thing. But it's the
No,
Oscars
it's too
Academy Awards.
fancy. I think Oscar is the name of
Is the
the
award.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The little gold man.
Either way, we know what we're talking about.
But it's Sunday, and we've got the list of the highest paid Oscar nominees per minute on screen. And it's ungodly, especially what the number one person makes per minute. It's really, it's ridiculous.
And so is this per minute of what you see in the movie or like them working?
No, like screen time probably.
It's screen
Okay,
time.
straight
So
up when you see them on the screen.
what they did to find the highest paid nominees, the site analyzed revenue data from all Oscar-nominated films from 2015 to 2025 in the Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Actress, and Best Supporting Actress categories.
Okay.
Casino.org used database Screen Time Central to determine earnings per minute on screen for each nominee. So this is all math, right? It's not just some guy on a toilet
Yeah.
deciding.
I mean, he might have been on a toilet, but
I mean, you can work on it on the toilet.
I get a lot done
math
on the
is
toilet,
there.
with
frankly.
the calculator. Yeah.
They found that just 2 of the 10 highest paid Academy Award nominees on the list are women.
Okay.
And those are Meryl Streep and Octavia Spencer, who are fantastic.
Well, yeah, Meryl Streep, you can't be paying her peanuts.
On the average, the Oscar-nominated men have made about $99,000, about $100,000 per minute on screen. for over the past 10 years, while women have made about 72,000.
Yeah, well, that checks out.
Yeah.
So
history tends to repeat itself.
I'll give you the top 10 list. The very handsome Ryan Gosling is at number 10 for the highest earning Oscar nominees per minute on screen.
The Gaz.
Earned about a little over $300,000 for each of the 74.93 minutes on screen in La La Land.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Which I still haven't seen.
incredible.
Oh, La La Land's a great. You would like it.
Oh, it's
I think.
great.
I've been told. I just haven't seen it.
Hasn't gotten right in front of you at the right time.
Number 9 is Octavia Spencer. She had about $314,000 for each of the 20.65 minutes on screen in The Shape of Water.
Okay.
Meryl Streep's at 8 with $353,000 for each minute of the 46.17 minutes on screen in The Post. Al Pacino is at number 7.
What is Pacino? Oh, it's last 10 years. What was he nominated for?
Maybe it was The Irishman because it's $370,000 for each of the 53.97 minutes on screen in The Irishman.
That's a lot of cash.
Matt Damon's at 6, $403,000 for the 62 minutes for The Martian. I love that. I've seen that movie like a dozen times.
Whoa.
I love that.
It's one of those where if it's nothing on and I see it on TV, I just watch it.
Yeah.
And also I read the book too, so that helps. Bradley Cooper at 5. Actually, Bradley Cooper says it's on the list. He's on this list twice.
Is it the one with Gaga?
Yeah, Bradley Cooper appearing
Star
in
is
once
Born.
again.
Yeah.
Appearing once again, this time in The Star is Born, where he earned about $419,000 for each of the 95.22 minutes he was on screen.
And that was such a huge movie.
Ryan Gosling's on here again, and this is for, I guess, Barbie, $431,000 per minute for the 28.98 minutes he was on screen in Barbie.
Isn't that funny? La La Land, is an accredited movie, and even though Barbie, got its just dues, it's Barbie.
Yeah.
You get all that cash.
Will Smith at 3, $443,000 for each of the 91.17 minutes on screen for King Richard. Joe Pesci at number 2.
The Pesh.
He also was in The Irishman, obviously, $461,000 for each minute of the 43 minutes he was on screen. Bradley Cooper at number 1. Bradley on the list again, $591,000. $591, almost $600,000
Per
for
minute.
each of the 84.48 minutes on screen for American Sniper.
Oh, wow. I had no idea
That
he
is
made that kind of
crazy.
money.
I've never even seen
It's
American
a
Sniper.
great movie.
I guess it's a really inaccurate
Yeah, but
film,
I mean,
but it is really fun.
just
Yeah,
lean
ultimately-
into
Not
it.
fun. I shouldn't say fun.
It's entertainment.
It's an
Intense.
entertaining movie. Very intense. But there you go. Just try not to think. I shouldn't have shared that with you
I
this
don't.
morning.
Yeah,
You're
that
trying to
just
think about
makes
that when you're
me
headed to
feel
work.
bad. When I look at my paycheck today, I'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that King. What's the name of the movie that Will Smith was in?
King Richard.
King Richard.
Yeah.
He slapped his way off this list, though.
Oh, yeah,
Right
poor
after
guy.
he made that.
Is it payday today?
It's
It is.
because it's the 28th, the last day of the month, so it comes early.
Nice.
Yeah.
One-Eyed Sean, what's happening this morning?
Hey, not a whole lot. The one thing I want to say right off the bat is out here in Silverton, Oregon, when it's all foggy and you can't see, tell all these dumbasses to turn their flipping headlights on.
All right.
Holy crap.
I think you just told him.
Yeah, so are they behind you or coming at you with their headlights off?
Both ways,
All right.
from behind and in front.
Well, I did see the sun coming up a little earlier this morning, so maybe people are just getting excited for fake spring.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's fired
On
up.
that note,
I know.
He's only got one eye, though. It
The
isn't.
tone in his voice is
Yeah,
really
he only,
way harder
you
to
got to
see.
keep that in mind. He's driving a big truck. He's only got one eye. When you blast him with
give him no
or give
light.
him no light, it's not good.
No, it's not.
yeah, back on topic.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, well, I can do that. I have a friend of mine that back when we were working for a particular company that I'm not going to name, we were working out of town and we were in California, and we went to a massage parlor,
Oh, no.
and it was exactly what you were talking about.
Really?
How'd you find
I
that
didn't-
out? Like, how soon did things start getting frisky?
Well, it was, he paid a little bit extra
Oh, okay.
for his massage than I did.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
That's how
And,
it goes.
Yeah, exactly. I just got a regular massage, and
Sure.
then,
Yeah.
you know,
you had no idea. You walked in there and had no idea it was a FAP parlor.
I had no clue. I was just like, we were working really hard that day, and I was like, man, this sounds like a good idea. And it was really relaxing and awesome. And
wait, did you
then
actually go
after,
through? Did you actually
He
get the full?
Did you get the happy ending, Sean? Big Sean? One idea,
No, I
whatever.
did not.
But your buddy did.
No, yeah, no, I did not. And afterwards, he goes, "So, how was your massage?" And I said, "Oh, it was really relaxing." And he goes, "Mine was really good." And I went, "Really?" And he kind of alluded to the whole extra after the fact, and I went, "Are you flipping kidding me?" And he goes, "No." And I went, "Okay." That's kind of where I left it. I was just like, "Okay."
You know, Sean's like, so I only needed to pay $9 more.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, you've creeped everybody out, and it's not even 7 a.m.
Yeah, you and your buddy staring at each other in a truck after that. It was really relaxed.
It's really good.
Are you serious?
I'm super serious.
All right, Sean. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, it's early in the morning. Everybody's got to wake up sometime.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend, bud. See ya.
Hey, you too, guys.
All right. There you go. Nice way to start your Friday.
You know he bought the extras.
I mean, I also his buddy. Do you he could have been lying, right? Like
He could have, but some.
you don't think so? You think he's
No, probably
telling the
not.
truth? All right.
I'm just not sure. I've never experienced it. How clear they are. If they're like, all right, are you in or out on this, or do
Yeah.
you have to like say a code word? Like
Either
when
way,
you get it animal style, it in and out.
Yeah. Either way, I'm grossed out. We're gonna take more of your calls coming up in a few minutes. Hang on.
Now, what's trending?
All right, online at 1059thebrew.com, we got a lot of good stuff to check out. We have got the Donkey Show podcast from yesterday at 1059thebrew.com. We discuss a lot of topics, and there's no editing, there's no songs, there's no commercials. It's just
no limits.
right, no limits. Check that out, 1059thebrew.com. Also, tomorrow, I'm excited to watch Saturday Night Live. I feel like it's back on top, especially after that 50th anniversary. It was so damn good.
I still haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
Who's hosting?
Shane Gillis.
Oh,
nice.
now we're
He's
talking. And the
back.
guy who was fired from the show.
Shane Gillis obviously was hired to be on Saturday Night Live, but fired before he even had an episode air because of some comments that he made, but which really were out of context, and they were supposed to be, funny, which they, were if you listen to the full clip.
It's all tongue in cheek. That's why he's back.
Yeah, right. And so he's back tomorrow for the second time. And I'm super excited. Here is just a little clip from the promo they're running. Sometimes the promos are really awkward, because they're standing there on that.
Sometimes I feel like they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just watch and I'm like, I think this is by design that everyone feels uncomfortable.
This is one of those.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Shane Gillis, and I'll be hosting SNL this week with Tate McRae. Aren't you supposed to say something?
No, you already said all the important information.
No, I mean like funny promo banter so they get to know us.
Fine. Hi, Shane. Our names rhyme, and you were great in, I don't know, the live-action Shrek movie.
Oh, that's how I know you.
I'm not Shrek.
All right, there it is.
He's a funny guy, though.
I love me some Shane Gillis. I'll watch that tomorrow night. And
and also Tate McRae's hot.
She is very.
Everybody gets to win.
Right. Yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Win-win. Check out all that stuff online at 1059thebrew.com. Just click on Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Thank you. Coming up around 7:30, tickets to go see the Blazers take on the Pistons. Happy Friday. It's Portland's Rock Station, 1059 The Brew with some AC/DC. Happy Friday. We learned something about Laura almost every day, Drew, right?
Yeah, we do.
She's one of our favorite people, but she's also...
I'm like an onion. You just got to peel back the layers.
There is, and a lot of it leads to crying.
Yeah.
You're also just a very odd cookie, very strange cookie.
Why do you say that? That's not fair.
You are. I don't mind it. I'm just saying you're a little dark. You're a little mysterious. You're a little cold, I guess, at times. You're... What's the words I'm looking for?
I think she just, because she has many kind moments, but then there are times where you're like, well, that was pretty cutthroat.
I don't believe she's not kind to her core. I just don't think it comes out very often.
Well, I just sometimes...
What are you guys talking about?
No, I'm not.
I'm not so nice.
You are
not
nice.
Not always to you guys, but
Fair
to
enough.
most everybody else.
Yeah, I don't think you're like a mean person. I just think you can be mean to me.
Well, I think the thing
Drew.
I'm not denying that fact.
I think the thing we learned about you yesterday just shows that, I don't know if the word is weird, but I'm not finding another word for it.
Disconnected from emotions a little bit, I think. And I noticed that once I started talking to her mom on Instagram Facebook, I noticed that there's not and this isn't a joke. I noticed there's not a lot of emotional discussions about your feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Laura's dad passed away at 9, or when she was 9. She never cried about it, so I think she suppresses a lot of stuff, right? I think she's good at that.
What is this,
locking things away.
You got a full analysis here.
Am I wrong?
I mean, it's not like I've never cried about it.
But you're good at suppressing emotions and holding things in until it's too late, and then it all comes out at once when you've been drinking with your boyfriend.
What boyfriend?
Or your girlfriends, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have a boyfriend. Thanks for
bringing it up.
But I'm not saying nothing's bad about that. I think she's good at hiding things, but sometimes it can kind of make her a little cold.
I just don't like to wear everything. I don't wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah, and I'm somebody who kind of I do sometimes, and so to me it's odd when I see people like that. But my point
I feel like
is,
we don't see it because she tells us she cries all the time by herself.
But we just don't see it, right? She even told us she cried in the studio once, and I never saw it. She said, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
Her tears burn up on her cheek.
I felt bad.
It goes without saying. It's fine.
But we learned that Laura yesterday is in a death pool with some of her friends.
That's
and
correct.
You might not even know what that means, right? A death pool.
I mean, I didn't know what it was until I was told about it.
Explain what a death pool is, Laura.
Okay, so a death pool is basically when you predict the people who are going to die in the upcoming year, celebrities. So a friend of a friend puts this together every year, and they get a bunch of people together and create a spreadsheet, and everyone fills out their spreadsheet of who they think is going to pass away.
Right.
So in December, you make your list before anyone in the next year obviously has died. And then at the end of the year, you tally the points, and whoever has the most points wins. So
But then you're kind of rooting for these people to die.
That is what I was going to say.
It's not, no.
Even when you told us yesterday, this didn't really dawn on me that you're anyone you put on that list, it's just like gambling. You want to win, so it's
can I get a Mitch McConnell?
Yeah. Well, it's not like I wake up every day and be like, oh, did Ozzy Osbourne die yet? Oh, damn it. It's just it's people who...
But you almost do that, without thinking about it because you're in the death pool.
Just because there's money placed on...
See, that's the problem.
There's a pot.
But if I were to say, hey, Tanner, who do you think is going to die this year? I'm sure you could come up with several people.
That's
not
fine.
everyone puts it on a list.
And that's fine because media people especially, you would think the news would have to do that because they would have to have a package ready to go as soon as that person passes, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as you place money on it, that's when I feel like you've maybe crossed the mortality, what's the word? The morbid line, I guess.
Crossed a line, yeah. And it does get a little more morbid because the points go up the younger the person is and the more unexpected the
So
death
you got to take a stab at someone who has a perfectly good life ahead
Gene
of them.
Hackman, who passed away yesterday at 95.
I'm actually looking at the list right now. 2 people so far had Gene... 3 people had Gene Hackman on the list. So they've all gotten points, but since he was so old, their points would be lower than, say, if Lindsay Lohan died or something like that.
Wow.
Where it's more out of the blue.
So young and unsuspected,
Yeah.
The more
see.
risk on your list, you're rewarded with the cash. Now,
Right. Like if you said
haven't
Kevin
checked.
Hart, you'd probably get a gajillion points because he's in great shape and young. And
Yeah.
And maybe
Right.
you're onto something. Maybe it'll be on DraftKings eventually, this little thing you're
it's
doing
really,
here.
it's
But
kind of harsh.
Would you
though.
guys like to know some of the people on my list?
Yeah, I want
All
to
right.
know.
Who do
Tanner,
you think? Who do you
Tanner hesitated. Drew was like, absolutely.
I was
Okay.
looking for music then.
So he would also like to know.
Okay, so Ozzy Osbourne is on my list.
That makes sense because
That's low points.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the news almost dead every day.
that's low points, Laura.
I actually don't. Hold on. Let me
Oh,
see.
you
if there's-
have the points.
There are rules. You want to?
like-
Ozzy's
so-
an obvious one. See, this is terrible.
and I feel like
She's sucking us into this.
The number one
morbid
rule
game.
is do not murder your picks. So you cannot be. If you're
Fair
responsible
enough.
for their death, it
Fair
doesn't
enough.
count.
All right.
you cannot bring yourself victory.
Oh, okay. So this is how it works. When one of your celebrities dies, their age is deducted from 100, and so that's how the points are determined.
Oh, so you only get 5 points.
Yeah, for Gene Hackman.
For Gene Hackman.
Yeah, he was not on my list. I have Ozzy Osbourne. Britney Spears is on my list.
She is spiraling, but that's how dare you? She needs help. and
Mentally,
love.
though, physically, she's all right.
As
When
far
she
as
did
we
burn
know,
down her gym, it could be over.
that's true. Mitch McConnell is also on my list.
That makes sense. I think
just because he's
low
like
points though.
stroked out live on television. Clint Eastwood.
That makes
is on
sense.
Also low points.
a lot of
though.
5-pointers going.
You're picking easy fruit.
What are some other ones? Oh,
Low-hanging
Bam
fruit.
Margera is on my list.
That's big points. I mean, just because if it's
Yeah.
all about age, if it's risk, he's
Yeah.
low points.
I don't know why I put this, but I put Ben Affleck on my list.
I would think that'd be high points. Unlikely though.
Yeah, he's got great doctors.
He's rebounding right now from J-Lo, so
yeah, he's hopefully
he's on the prowl.
Tua Tagovailoa. I can't pronounce his last name. Tua.
Tua.
Mr. Concussion.
You were so off. I had no idea who you were talking about.
Yeah.
That's how Tua says his own name
Amanda Bynes. Yeah, no.
after all those hits.
That's not a
Amanda
funny
Bynes is on your list too?
joke. Yeah, but that's just
It's
a
just a
couple
morbid
of
thing.
That
examples.
was criminal.
It's a morbid thing that you're in.
You're picking mentally ill people.
Yeah, you're picking mentally ill people, old people. It's and then now you're rooting for them to
but
die.
I mean,
It's a weird game. It's a weird game that you're playing.
pick completely stable and healthy individuals.
That's how you get high points.
To
That's how you
win?
get big
Yeah, but
points.
how are you going to win when none of your people dies?
Oh man, well, because
Yes.
you could get one of those could die, and you could get all your points from there. The point is this is gross. All
And
right,
you know what's disturbing?
you should feel ashamed.
It's a lot of fun though.
What's disturbing is there's enough people to have a group to do it with. You know, it's not
Yeah.
just Laura. There's a whole group, a
There
leaderboard.
are, I don't know, however many people are. Q is where it ends. The
Through the
list
alphabet?
ends. Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
I don't know what number that is, but
What about you? Are you in some sort of death pool with friends? Are you predicting celebrities and famous people who might pass this year,
Or is it weird?
or is that weird to you? I mean, now that she's saying it, like I am thinking about it. Like, I can see
mean-
this person going.
The conversation's interesting, but the end game of, well, yeah, that's it. Hope they die.
I'm not hoping any of these people die. It's just I'm saying
You're
whether
just
or not
preparing.
I'm predicting whether or not it may happen.
Okay.
Is it likely? Is it not?
Okay,
You know?
that sounds a little better.
By the way, we're still trying to get more information about this Gene Hackman ordeal from yesterday. It is pretty awkward. As far as I know, they're still just investigating and calling it suspicious. That's the last I heard. So I don't know what's what, but it is very strange.
it's weird.
It does sound like they both have been dead for a while.
At least a couple of weeks. I say,
Yeah,
which
because it takes a while to mummify.
And the
So-
investigators...
but it was just, I guess, the hands and feet of the wife.
Yeah, and in just the last couple minutes, investigators are saying they will not rule out the carbon monoxide possibility.
All right.
Huh.
We got some talkbacks to the iHeartRadio app.
Morning, Drew. Laura's an absolute dear. Tanner, you just tend to antagonize her a little bit, and that's why she seems to be mean to you.
Yeah.
And then Drew's just the neutral party. He gets along with everybody. Have a great day, guys. Love y'all.
I think Drew and Laura fight more than we do about random things on the air.
Certain things sometimes.
Yeah, well, you're wrong sometimes. So,
Well, you're wrong all the time.
yeah!
Got more talkbacks.
Come on, Laura, say your catchphrase. How dare you?
Yeah, you just say that a lot. Don't you? How dare you?
Because you guys are always
It says
saying
so much.
Let's be honest.
inflammatory things to me.
Her catchphrases.
Yaman. Nice.
There it is.
All right, more of your talkbacks coming up. You can download the iHeartRadio app for your cell phone. It's free.
Check it out.
Once you have the Brew streaming, press the microphone button to record something, y'all.
Yeehaw.
All right, partner. We got some Blazer tickets coming up next.
Bing, bing. Lots of dicks today.
Yeah. Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. We were talking about Laura being involved in a death pool with her friends.
Yes.
You know, we found this out yesterday when we were learning about, Gene Hackman's passing. And Laura's like, I'm in a death pool with my friends where we've got a bunch of people on our list. And if they die this year, we get points. And then there's money on the line, which makes it a little dark for me.
A prize pool.
Like, I think there's people who might die this year, but I'm not betting on it.
But I mean, that's the whole... What's the point of the game if there's no cash?
There does have to be skin in the game. I mean, I love to gamble.
That's my point, though. It's a little morbid. It's a little dark.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just came up with a spreadsheet just for funsies and like there was no cash exchanging hands.
There's nothing fun about these people dying.
It would be less. No, it's not fun. It's just a fact of life. Sometimes people die and
you're saying you're just tracking it, not celebrating it.
Yeah.
Come on. You're subconsciously rooting for these people to die at this point. We want to know what you think. We got some talkbacks through the iHeartRadio app.
Happy Friday, Brew Crew. Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy, hoy.
Yeah, on the death pool thing. My pick would definitely be for Britney Spears. I feel like she's on kind of a bender all the time. It seems like I follow her on Instagram. She's kind of nuts. I think it'd be fun too for just football being done, and there's not going to be sports for a while. I would like to join one of those. So, bing bong,
bing bing.
Hey kids, this is Chris from Portland. So, Laura, the fact that you're putting money on someone hoping to die makes it creepy because you want to win money. So, if you didn't want money, then you wouldn't bet on it. So that's the creepy part.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, subconsciously, you want them to die.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that creepy? You want the money, don't you?
Yeah. And how much is it again? How much is it?
It's only $10.
Mm-hmm. It's an
prize
evil $10. You spend that money.
Quite a few people. It's over. I mean, a couple $100.
Spend that money, you're cursed. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
I'll put it towards
a Bible is what you need to buy. A Bible. Let's do this real quick.
And now, Brew Sports. Here's Drew.
Well, the Portland Trail Blazers continue to surprise people and to turn heads. Now, when you look at the standings, they're 4.5 games out of the play-in. But the good news is there's 5 teams waiting right there that have all been kind of floundering. Teams that had potential early on but maybe traded away some assets or might be looking to pack it in themselves. That's all opportunity for the Blazers to get it done. Another lowly team tonight, but it shows in the last 2 games the Blazers did come out with wins, but they were some of the worst teams on paper in the league. Now, there's good players all over this league and anyone can have a coming up night, but if you're going to beat the Nuggets, if you're going to beat the Lake Show, and you're going to beat all these big teams in the East, you got to find a way to rock these smaller squads. We'll try and do it this evening. 4:30, a little earlier tip because it's out on the other side of the country, but the Blazers going for 4 in a row, favored by 1.5. Let's get it. Rip City. Check it out tonight. Rip City Radio, 6:20 a.m. for our buddy Travis Demers on the call. There's your sports.
Thank you much. All right, coming up, we got another edition of the Dumbass of the Day. Also, we have tickets to go see the Blazers take on the Pistons on the 9th at the Moda Center. We'll do that coming up right after Eddie Money. Happy Friday. It's 105.9 The Brew. Tanner, Drew, and Laura. All right, we got tickets to go see the Blazers take on the Pistons. You guys are just talking about going to a game. I guess you're going to take the girls?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it because this Pistons game is Bill Walton night, and Laura's already going with some buds, but I mean, there's some good
Laura's
prices.
really a good friend. She bought 5 tickets. She's just giving all of her friends her tickets.
Yeah, I'm big ballin' over here.
Now, it's not a true matinee game, but it's 6 o'clock because it's Sunday, so that's better for us. And my girls have never been to a game.
Ooh.
And it could be fun to hit some of that award-winning popcorn.
Yeah.
And I was at Blazers.com. It looks pretty good, so I'm thinking about pulling the trigger for that game.
All right. How much you say tickets were kind of cheap
there
right
are
now?
tickets, and I hope there's I can buy mine before they skyrocket after people hear this, but there's tickets as low as $5.
How much did you buy your tickets for?
I bought my tickets for $5 a piece.
That's crazy.
Yeah, now
that's wild.
those are the 300s, but those are the
Dude, that's where the
passion.
parties are at.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
people are really happy up there. Every time I sit in the 300 level, I have a blast. You know, everyone's up there is just having a good time.
Yeah, I actually and years ago I was in the 300 and I ended up sneaking down to the lower section like I shouldn't have.
Ooh, rule breaker.
When I went down there, it was a totally different mood. Like we got to the point where we wanted to go back up where everybody was jazzed. And so we actually left the seats that we stole and went back to the 300.
I can't get vertigo down here. It adds to my buzz.
Yeah, those people, they got that passion.
Let's go to Chris on line 1. Good morning, Chris.
Hey, good morning, guys.
When's the last time you were at a Blazer game?
I haven't been to a single Blazer game in my life. Last basketball game I've been to was back in the Kingdom days, Supersonics.
Oh, wow.
So you've never been to a Blazer game. How long have you been here?
No. Well, I've lived back and forth between here and Washington. Blazers haven't been my team my whole life. I'm a Celtic and Blazer. I'm kind of East Coast, West Coast.
All right.
So I got a lot of love for the Blazers, but it's always something that comes up, and it's never at the top of my list. But I'll watch the games.
Well, this is the problem. You haven't been to a game. You haven't been in there to get the itch. You know,
And since you know what we're gonna do,
that's the problem.
We're gonna give you some tickets. All right, we're gonna give you some tickets. But the first thing you should do is, since you didn't buy them, walk directly into the gift shop and buy yourself a jersey.
Yeah, you need something.
Or a hoodie, or a hat.
Something. Yeah.
Sweet hat.
Some socks, just some Blazer
That's a good
gear.
idea.
All right, dude?
Yeah.
All right, well, you're going to the game.
100%.
You're going to the game!
Awesome, guys. Awesome, guys.
Blazers and Pistons on the 9th.
Thank you.
And we will see you there. Are you driving right now? Are you monster truck? What is that?
No, it's not a monster truck. It's just a work van. But normally I'm stationary.
All right. What do you do for a living? What's in the van?
I am a mobile auto detailer.
Ooh,
cool.
Dude,
God,
so
I
you'll
like it.
We drive to you. You guys could be at work. Man, I could pull up to your guys' vehicle.
I was going to say, maybe you could swing by.
Because honestly, my dog, I was just thinking, I got in my car the other day and it smells like my dog.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and there's I vacuum the back of it, but the dog hair is nonstop.
Yeah.
I saw a French fry on the floorboard the other day, so I think how much is it to detail my entire 4Runner?
In and out of 4Runner, I think it's about $425. But you know what? I could do that on the side and hook you up. I could probably go to your house. I'll message you on Instagram or something on the weekend.
Send me a message too. I have a 300-year-old French fry in my car. My kids are insane.
Whole bag of fries in our vehicle on the floorboards. All right, dude. Yeah, send us that information. I wouldn't mind doing that because, dude, when you get your car detailed, it's like it's brand new after, right?
Yeah. It feels like a new car.
Do you
detail?
detail?
And I do.
Go ahead.
We do boats. We do the emergency life vessels on the Navy ships down at the shipyard. I've done both class jets, the interiors, RVs.
Wow.
Yeah, boats that are in water, boats that are out. Lake Oswego is a primary area.
I bet it's cool being
yeah,
one
we
of those,
do great
one of those
work.
jets, right?
Do you clean the engine?
No, in the engine bay on vehicles, that's a little bit more riskier, newer cars, the electronics and whatnot. But it's safe to throw water in there. It's just I can spray a bunch of degreaser and spray it all down for you guys.
Is it true that stuff that smells really good in our cars is giving us cancer? Because that's the rumor.
The new car scent.
I don't know. We use like an odor neutralizer. We don't use like a fragrance stuff. The stuff smells good, but it's good for pet urine and cigarette smoke and whatnot. But
I feel like everything that smells good is probably bad for you.
Yeah, I bet you this guy is at the high risk zone. The amount of squirting he's doing over there.
Right. Dude, speaking of that, I remember I had a cat, and I had to take it to the vet once, and it peed I got scared and peed in the car.
Yeah, that's a smell that does not come out.
And he peed because he was in my lap, or I guess he was in my girlfriend's lap, but he peed like where your cell phone drops between the seat and the armrest, and so there was no getting it.
You couldn't do a thing,
dude.
but
The
just
car
live in it.
reeked of cat pee for I don't know, a year. We know it's just you got in the car, especially on a hot day, and it just reeked of cat pee.
Imagine you pick a girl up for a date. You're like, hey, never mind the smell.
Yeah,
we're
cat died in here, no big deal.
And we're all good.
Yeah, we got stuff that like it gets like 90% of that stuff. I mean, we slide the seats all the way back in that area and spray the stuff. This odor neutralizer stuff. It literally it does its thing.
What's
I'll send you a message.
What's the name of your business if people are listening and need to get their car detailed?
So it's a family-owned business. My uncle's been doing it for 30 years. We operate out of some Toyota Sienna vans. It's attention, the number 2, and detail. I mean, we have amazing reviews. But, when I pick up customers on the side of my own, I put those on the weekend or during the weekday, during the winter. So I prioritize.
The under-the-table customers. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
It's fair.
Wow.
But yeah, I'll send you a message. I'll send all you guys.
4.9 stars. Wow.
Yeah, and
actually, this one says 5. Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah. We pride ourselves in a lot of good work. Our prices are competitive for stuff, and we go to customers. We just need water hookup and power. So it's not some flashy commercial vans, but we pride ourselves in the quality of work. So
That's right. It's all about quality and not just a bunch of glitz and glamour on the van.
Well, hang on, bud. We will
Let's
see
do
you.
one Stanley.
We'll see you at the Blazer game, and I'll look for that message. Get my car detailed because it is messy as hell right now.
Look into that.
Like I got in it the other day, and I actually had to take a couple minutes to clean some trash out because, the last 2 weeks, I guess we're just busy. I wasn't really paying attention, and I looked down, and there was like fast food napkins on the floor. I saw a French fry. There was a bag because I stopped to get a cheeseburger, like just a cheeseburger, and I just left the bag, the McDonald's bag, on the floor, the right passenger seat. It's I just looked like a lunchbox, just one of those slobs.
Well, that's what happened to me when I went to Jiffy Lube the other day. I was very embarrassed because I forget that they get into your car, and my car was an absolute disaster.
Just slob mode.
Yeah.
So embarrassed. I know.
Yikes.
I hate when you're caught like that.
Because you want to say it's not normally like this, but it kind of is.
Yeah, they don't believe it.
I live in that filth.
Like if I don't know, you fart in your car and then you gotta roll your window down and then somebody peeks their head in real quick just to tell you to pull forward or whatever, and they
You're
smell
at the
it.
gas station.
Yeah, I always hate getting caught in those moments, right? There's nothing I can really do about it.
Which just reminds me of the girl who used to be on the show, Carrie Ann, when she farted in her car but couldn't park it.
That's what I was thinking of.
My God.
Wait, what happened?
She farted in her car and then she was trying to park.
She was on a date or about to go on a first date.
And so the guy was like, hey, I'll park it for you. And she had cooked one.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So, at least he didn't do that at the lube.
Oh, no.
I guess it was a beefer. And
it cooked him.
He still hung around, though.
His eyes turned green, but he's
fine. Got some talkbacks through the iHeartRadio app. If you got something to say to the show, it doesn't matter what it is, a suggestion, comments, a complaint, maybe you want to whisper sweet nothings to Laura, all that's accepted.
Or Tanner, or Drew.
Download it for your cell phone, it's free.
This death pool thing kind of reminds me of when I was on deployments in the Marine Corps. We would have a dead as F board, and if a celebrity died, we put their picture on this wall, and if they were like an actor or an actress, we would have to watch like a straight week of everything that they've ever done. Bing bong.
It's a tribute.
Yeah.
You would hope if you were an actor.
It's an honor to be on the list.
I'm watching Hoosiers this weekend.
Yeah.
Another talkback.
Good morning, guys. This is Wolf. What's really morbid is if you do a death pool with your family, friends, co-workers, and people you know. That would make it really interesting. Have a good morning.
Yeah, if I end up on one of your death pool sheets, Laura, I'm going to be very upset.
I've seen how you've been eating lately. I've got you and then this guy.
All right, more of your calls. Talkbacks coming up in just a few minutes. Hang on.
story.
This is where we go around the room sharing what we think the biggest stories of the day are. I'll kick this off today. Tonight's the night, man. 7 planets will be lined up in the sky. So get your phone ready. It's supposed to be a clear night, right?
The planet parade is on?
Yeah, the planet parade. And if you got Samsung, you can, I think, zoom in on the farthest planet.
Oh, wow.
The Samsung zooms are crazy. But yeah, tonight you'll just after sunset be able to see Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. They'll be in the sky in a line known as the planetary parade.
I can't wait to see Uranus.
Venus, Mars, and Jupiter and Saturn will be visible to the naked eye. Mercury may be challenging to spot due to its proximity to the horizon and the sun's glare.
And lucky for us, for once, it's a clear day.
Yes,
Woo-hoo!
Get your telescopes. I got one, and I think I might get it out tonight.
You should.
I've never even used it.
Well, now's the time.
Yeah, if there's ever a time, it's the planet parade. It's the time to get it done.
Yeah.
The big story to me is Oregon is turning 250 years old. That's right. In 2026, it's going to be time to celebrate. Oregon has now launched Oregon250.org, which is going to show all kinds of events, exhibitions, and things in observance and celebration of 250 years of being part of America.
I feel like we're looking pretty good for 250 years old.
Yeah, not too many crow's feet.
Yeah.
Doing all right.
A lot of crows, but not a lot of crow's feet. I think the big story is that I'm going to keep with the trend of ridiculous things selling at auction. Earlier today, we talked about George Harrison's toast selling at auction. Now, Kurt Cobain's hair is up for auction. Fans have the chance to buy a couple of strands of hair. I don't know how much it's going to go for, but this is not the first time Kurt Cobain's hair has gone on the auction block. Back a couple of years ago in 2021, 6 strands of his hair sold for $14,000.
Dang.
It's kind of creepy to have.
Yeah, kind of. And I don't know, like, how do you display that? Or do you just keep it in a baggie in your drawer? Like, what do you do with it?
I don't know.
But
put it in like a glass frame on the wall. I mean, this is Kurt's hair. I'm leaving. If you've got that on your wall, I'm leaving.
You have to be really into somebody to want their hair.
That's what I'm talking about. Who's into anybody
That's a little
like
aggressive.
Yeah, but if you're interested, bidding starts on March 6th,
All right.
so get to it.
All right, more on those stories at 1059thebrew.com. Just click on Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Coming up next, we want to know if there's doctor's orders that you just disregarded. The doctor said, you really should do this. I think it's really good for your health, blah, 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 blah. And you just walked out of there and never thought about it again.
Nah.
What was that thing that you ignored? We'll take your calls after Incubus. Happy Friday. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura on The Brew. All right, this morning we'd like to know if there's some doctor's orders that you just disregarded. Maybe because you were scared or you thought it was too much or you just didn't think you could do what they asked you to do. That's happened a lot. That's the reason I'm bringing it up this morning. I went to my dentist recently and they were like, because I got some crowding in the front, and I got some fang teeth that I don't particularly like. But they just said, maybe you should get some braces or some Invisalign.
Okay.
I'm 40. I'm going to be 43 years old in April.
The big conversation when you have to tell an adult that.
Yeah, I don't want, and I really don't think my teeth are that bad.
I don't
Well,
think
it's just
so.
cosmetic, so it's not necessary, right?
It's all about they're hunting perfection as a dentist.
Yeah, and I do think it'd be great to have like movie star teeth, but I just don't at 40, almost 43, want to deal with like brace. I'm definitely not getting braces, like the metal braces.
Invisalign is something else.
They said that would happen. They would obviously that would be faster, but I can't do that. I just can't. I just can't see myself doing that.
These days, like our boss has or had braces, and I can hardly tell because like
I've gotten pretty
incognito.
They have gotten pretty
clear or white or whatever. But they.
I thought he had
good.
Invisalign though.
I don't think
well, he's
so.
gone through a couple of different things, because there are different phases that you go through, and so I think when I saw him yesterday, I think he had a more aggressive setup. I'm not sure exactly what it was.
What do you think, Beefwater? Do you think I need it? Look at my teeth.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
All right.
Well, but it's like this, because my teeth have been fixed, and not until I was 32 or something like that.
Right.
I was like, okay, my smile's okay, and then now that my teeth are fixed, I hate my old smile. Like I'm like, because I see what it looks like now, and I'm like, oh my god, my wedding pictures.
I do hate my smile right now. My bottom tooth in the front is chipped. Like I chipped it eating some chicken fried steak once, and they put a cap on it, but that cap lasts like 2 months.
I was
going to
say
off.
it's always falling off.
It's always
you're
falling
like,
off.
oh, it's chipped again. So what's
Yeah.
even the point?
So last time I went, I didn't even get it done because it's just going to pop off again. But every time I smile in a picture, I see a stupid video of ours on the internet. I cringe. My stupid teeth.
And my 9-year-old, she had Invisalign. You go 2 phases as a kid. First phase is complete. You look at the before and after. It's miracle stuff. So I go on the side of look as beautiful as you can if you want to. If you don't, then
I'm not sure I care that much. I'm not sure.
But if you do care, because you look at every one of your pictures and say I'm ugly.
Yeah, but I don't care. I don't know if I care enough to go through that for 2 years or however long it is to wear the braces. I don't know. I think I'm just going to disregard it, but I'm not positive yet. I'm definitely leaning towards that. So that brought us to today's topic. Our question today is, what doctor's orders have you just disregarded? You're just like, nah, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
You really think I need it, Beefwater? Or they look like a
No, I don't
18
think you
van
need it.
drove through a picket fence?
I think you only need it if it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't notice it one way or another. I've never thought, man, Tanner's teeth are jacked.
I've been looking at that mouth for 20 years. It's not going to change for me.
Maybe I should try the Invisalign.
I feel that way with any cosmetic procedure, though. You know what I mean? It's like it should be for you. Like if you want it, do it.
Absolutely.
If it's not important to you, then don't.
I'm not. It is, but I'm not sure if it's
if it's going to be a yes in the end.
I guess I'll be. Let's say I do it. I'll be 45.
Yeah,
when
but
I get
if you
them
do,
all.
got a
if you
tattoo
do
in your 40s.
That's true.
The rules are off for you.
And that's probably a bigger financial commitment.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's about $3,000 per round for
On par?
Yeah, Invisalign.
What about you, Drew, Beefwater, Laura? Any doctor's orders that you just walked out of the office and said, I'm not doing that?
I've shook my Beefwater.
You seem like a guy that wouldn't listen to a doctor.
I take it as a suggestion.
You seem like the guy who doesn't even bother going to the doctor.
I go sometimes. I do get a note periodically that says, we miss you. Make an appointment and come in.
My stepdad's that way. Like he hasn't been to the doctor in so long. I'm pretty sure he's dying. And he, I'm not going.
That's fine.
They're just trying to get your money.
I got a new doctor, and when I went in there, there's there's an app and all this stuff. So they're like everything's all itemized out, and they're going through this list with me, and I've been doing this for years, and it may bite me eventually, but they're like, oh, it says here on your chart that you have not had a flu shot. And I'm like, no, I haven't. And they're like, do you want to get that done today? I'm like, no, I don't. Because I've not had a flu shot in 20 years. It's like, I'm not going to get a flu shot. So I just tell them no, and they're like, you should really get one. I'm like, thanks. I appreciate that, but I'm just the guy who doesn't get them.
I'm in the same boat. I don't think I've ever gotten a flu shot.
But
I think we just never got them when we were kids. Like my mom is the same way. So I'm like, I don't
my
think I've ever
parents
had
are
the
all
flus.
about it, but I'm like, sorry, it's not my thing. Not because I care about what's in it. Just like I've gotten through 20 years with no flu like that.
Yeah.
And if I'm sick, I'm sick. I don't remember someone be like, I got saved by it.
Well, with the flu shot, there's a million strains of it. So you get the flu shot, and then maybe some other rogue wild flu comes out, and then
Also, if you got the flu shot, you probably won't get the flu, so you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So Beefwater, what about you? Any things in real life like?
Yeah, I don't think of anything where I've like blatantly went like, yeah, whatever on that. I just like with my stomach issues, I probably shouldn't eat as much as I do or whatever, but
It's crazy because
food's my only thing.
Remember when we said Casey eats like an a-hole? He just eats fast food twice a day. This is back when he was eating fast food twice a day, right? He was eating it a lot. He went to the doctor, and the doctor goes, "Hey, you're pretty healthy. Keep doing what you're doing." And so then he stepped it up. He was like, "Cool, I can eat whatever I want."
That was maybe one of the most rewarding days of my life to get that blood work back, and it was like, just keep up your healthy habits. And I'm like,
but I just don't know how that's possible.
You have a perfect example of this though, because him and I have had the same stomach surgery, and his is coming undone. And so, basically, it's something you have to have re-repaired. He was told that eventually you need to get it done again, and your response was...
No, my doctor actually told me not to do it.
Oh, so maybe I misunderstood that.
My doctor, because I asked, I'm like, could this be, part of the issue where sometimes I don't feel well?
Okay.
And she's like, I mean, I wouldn't do it unless you feel like you have to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
you don't want to drink liquid only for a month?
And the notion of going through that again, it's like, I'd rather get mauled by dogs.
I'd do it in a second.
Yeah.
I remember when I needed to have some surgery done, or it was a colonoscopy, and I had to drink that stuff to clean myself out. I did it the first time, and the second time I was like, I can't do it. I drink.
Just not drinking it.
I just can't.
Did it change it at all? I wonder. Like you have to.
I mean,
drink
I'm
this
sure
thing.
it's a little easier for them, but I don't care at that point.
Yeah.
I can't drink that stuff.
You just need to put it in a beer bong.
There you go. That's a good idea.
We got some talkback messages to the iHeartRadio app. Also, the phones are going crazy. But first, Laura, did you ever hear your doctor say something and you just threw it out the window?
The only time, and this was the doctor that I hated. This is the first doctor I had when I moved here, and she was just awful. But I went in and I was like, and it's probably just because I was adjusting to the new hours of waking up at 4 a.m, but I was tired all the time. And I was like, maybe it's my thyroid, or maybe I'm anemic or something. And she's like, well, let's get you into a sleep study. And I was like, no, I don't have trouble falling asleep. That's not a problem. I sleep really great. I'm just always
sleeping
sleeping.
too much, right.
And she's like, yeah, so I'll set you up with a sleep study. Get your referral. I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I talked to somebody on the phone about it, and I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna pass. So I think that's the only time that I have ignored advice from a doctor.
I don't like it when I met a doctor once, and within the first 5 minutes of meeting me for the first time, he prescribed me an antidepressant.
I hate that.
And I just was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. You barely heard what I had to say.
My couples
before you threw something.
My couples therapist did that to me. She's like, you have anxiety and depression. You need to be on some meds.
She sided with John immediately and wrote you a script.
I'm trying to fix my marriage. What are you talking about?
She's all me too.
My doctor just Googles everything while you're talking. Just sits on
Dude,
the laptop.
that's
and
I've had a doctor
looks
do
down
that.
the whole time.
Great.
I could have done this myself.
And then kind of disregards anything I do bring to the table. And I'm like, why am I even here?
Right.
I could take this $40 and just go hand it to somebody at Safeway and let them give me advice. And I'd be in the same boat.
What doctor's orders did you ignore? You can send us a talkback message through the iHeartRadio app or a text message through the McLaughlin Chevrolet text line if you want to stay anonymous. That's 98197. Here's a talkback. Oh, here it is.
When I was a teenager, I had my wisdom teeth pulled, and they said no smoking or no sucking motions with your mouth, and I was hitting the bong that night.
Did you get dry sockets?
Because I got bad dry sockets, but I don't know if it was from the bong hits.
More talkbacks and texts coming up in a few minutes. Hang on.
1, 2, 3.
And now, Brew Sports. Here's Drew.
Make it or break it time for the Trailblazers coming up tonight. Now, you really can't afford to lose many games moving forward. Some of the teams around us are, like the Phoenix Suns, are just a half game ahead of the Blazers, so you could be in a position where you're going to leapfrog one more team and then just be one spot out. So you gotta improve by 4.5 games over the course of the next few weeks, but there are plenty of games left. Tonight is the latest chance to get a W against the Nets, 4:30 tonight in Brooklyn. Now, the Blazers are favored by 1.5 points. I like their chances. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder, and maybe they can hold the Nets to a low-scoring game. Let's get it. It's on Blazer Vision like normal, and you can check it out on the radio, Rip City Radio, 6:20 a.m. A bing, bing. There's your sports.
Thank you much. All right, we want to know if there's any doctor's orders you ever just ignored. Like he said, you should take this medication or you should stop doing this, and you're just like, nah, I'm going to do my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about it. 866-445-1059. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Fappy Friday.
Okay, that is
Yeah.
inappropriate.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Stop
is.
it.
Any way you want to celebrate your Friday.
Yeah. I want to celebrate however I want.
Yeah,
Lauren.
exactly.
Leave me alone.
Worked hard this week.
We want to know, how did you ignore doctor's orders? Did he tell you to take a medication? That's another one I just remembered. My doctor did prescribe me a medication recently, and I have not taken it yet. I'm supposed to. I should have taken it every day this week, but I have not.
0 days.
0 days.
What's the point of getting the medication if you're not going to go get it?
I'm nervous about taking it. It's
What
like
is it?
The side effects. I don't want to tell you what it's my personal
It's a
business.
personal thing.
Yeah.
But even like you had some cream for your face that you hadn't
thought that's
picked
what
up.
you were talking
Did you ever
about.
get the cream?
That's kind of what
Oh,
I was-
that's
yeah.
the cream?
You're embarrassed.
That's what
You
you're
talked
talking
to
about?
us about
No,
your face.
There's another one.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
the cream is on the list as well because you haven't.
He's got a rash.
Having impotence issues, you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that.
It's fine. But no, it's I have to go pick up. It's an antidepressant if you want to know. I'm
Okay.
sad.
I was gonna say they'll send you the weenie pills in the mail.
No, it's nothing like that. No, I get
No,
a
but
little,
that makes sense.
I get a little
So-
depression, so my doctor prescribed me a prescription, and I don't
You're
really
hesitant
wanna,
to take it.
I don't really want
That's
to take
fair.
it.
No,
but
that-
it fits this topic completely.
So thanks for bringing that to the surface.
Laura's like, it all stays here.
By the
and
way-
with thousands of others. What is it?
Someone sent a text message this morning because Laura gives me so much crap about, anytime we do a here, who's the a-hole, she always thinks it's
That's
me.
not true.
She just has the worst opinion of me. You can hear it. This guy says, Laura doesn't get to call you an a-hole or S on you anymore after the whole death pool thing.
Oh, it's just over.
Yeah.
Whatever. I can because of that.
Because it's morbid and gross, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
You're like,
not
of all the
morbid
things
or
I've done
gross.
here, it's that.
It's a little morbid, but it's not gross.
It's gross. Being morbid is gross, and it's offensive, and
I don't think so.
the family should.
And there's a text to back it up,
You should
Laura.
be canceled for that. They should cancel
It's
it.
a long day. There's still chance.
But yeah, she's kind of at this point rooting for these celebrities to die
I'm
because she's in the
not
pool
rooting
and she wants to
for
win $10.
celebrity.
Well, it's
it
a
would be
lot
like-
of
it would
money,
be like-
actually.
yeah, it would
it's
be like
hundreds of
It
dollars.
would be like
It's just 10
$200.
Oh, so it's $10. Okay.
10 to get in, you can win the whole pot.
But I'm already behind because people had Gene Hackman on the list. And so
Yeah, but that's low points. We talked about that.
I know.
Just saying, it's insensitive. All right. So how did you ignore doctor's orders? Did you not take a medication like me?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Titko. Is his name?
That's his real name.
It was his last name. Titko. What's up, bro?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, so it was actually my wife, and Drew can relate to this, but she was put on bed rest for 6 months when she was pregnant with our first daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And when she was in the nesting phase, which that's the part you can relate to, pregnant women want things a certain way when they're in that nesting phase. So I'm getting ready to walk out the door for work, and my wife says, "Hey, babe, can you move this couch for me? I want it over there." I said, "Sweetheart, I'm really late. I'll do it as soon as I get home." Okay, I come home. The couch is lodged in the doorway. This 6 months pregnant woman, while I'm at work, moved the couch across the house, got it lodged in the doorway to the office, and it took 2 grown men to actually unlodge it. They had to crawl over.
She got
like
it in there.
Spider-Man.
She got it
bringing the heat.
Because she was probably determined, like, he can't come home and see it like this.
Exactly.
And then she got it stuck even more.
Because it wouldn't be a big deal if the job's done.
Right. It still would have been. Cause I'm like, "You're on bed rest. What the hell?" And she looks at me and goes, "I wanted it moved."
Mm-hmm. You should have done it before.
Sometimes you just gotta do the job yourself. You know.
That's wild. So she just disregarded all the orders, yours, the doctor's, everybody's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, blatantly,
All
without
right.
question.
You don't stand in the way of a lady with a baby in her.
Yeah. She had that pregnant
No,
strength.
God, no.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate the call, Titko.
Superhuman.
We appreciate it. Let's go to Glenn. Good morning, Glenn. How did you ignore doctor's orders?
Well, I did something stupid.
Uh-oh.
Broke my jaw.
Damn.
Yeah, went in, had it fixed. They wired it shut. I couldn't even eat for 3 weeks, drinking through a straw. I was so hungry, lost 25 pounds in 3 weeks. Went into the doctor. They said, "Oh, hey, everything looks good. It's healed up great." I was thinking they were going to take it off. They said, "No, 3 more weeks." I said, "I'm starving. I can't do it." Went home. He said, "Nope, can't take it off. Come back 3 weeks. We'll take care of it." Went back home, got every pair of pliers, scissors, everything.
Oh my God, dude.
I undid it. I ended up going to it used to be buffet down on 82nd.
You went big.
Yeah.
You went like what? Like the old country buffet?
4 hours.
You just went
What's that?
ham. Did that cause
Oh, yeah.
long-term issues with your mouth?
No, actually it didn't. I actually just took it easy. It was healed.
God, can you imagine causing permanent damage to your jaw because of unlimited dinner rolls?
Man, I can see where he was at, though. I mean, he said he'd been on it for 3 weeks. I once had to do it for 4 weeks, lost 30 pounds. You are not even a human anymore. To tell you more weeks, I mean, you don't have a butt.
Yeah, and I can see
you
it's
don't have
but like, dude, go home to pry it off your face.
I couldn't do that.
That's I mean,
Jesus.
Jesus.
The wires that they wrapped around the teeth were so tight.
Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. How long did it take? Was it painful to get it off?
Oh yeah, I looked like a horror movie when I got done.
Did you go back to the doctor 3 weeks later to show him what you had done?
No.
Never went back. I mean, it's like you're gonna
the
get
doctor's
scolded.
probably like, what happened to that
You're like,
guy?
I don't know what happened. He just fell off.
I think he might have never ate again. We lost him.
Jesus, dude.
That
I think
hometown
I
buffet.
got a call from the nurse one day, but that was about it.
He probably knew.
I bet the manager at that hometown buffet is like, this man is going crazy out here. He's been to the prime rib 5 times.
He's bleeding
Oh,
everywhere.
no,
Yeah,
I
he's
was
got the
moving real,
gross
I was
gums.
moving real slow. It took me a good hour for the first plate of mashed potatoes.
Oh, geez, dude. I can't believe you went to Old Country Buffet. Well, I'm glad how's your jaw? You doing all right, or do you look all weird? All crooked
Oh
in the
no,
face?
I'm damn good looking.
All right, man.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I
it's
got a question
beautiful.
though. How are your bowels? Because after eating,
Out of all this, Laura wants to know about his
Well,
bowels.
after drinking nothing but liquid for 3 weeks, then you go hard and hit the
Oh.
buffet.
That's a good question, I guess.
No, it was like starving people. You gotta ease into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Right.
and the other thing
It
is when
was-
you're on
I
liquid
don't-
only,
It was
that
it
ruins
was
your
like
bowels.
30 years ago, so it's hard to remember what my bowels were like.
All right, my friend. Well, we appreciate the call. That's the craziest story so far. Taking that
Crying
thing
it
off
off.
your,
You guys
off your face.
keep up the great work.
Appreciate you, bro.
you.
That's crazy.
Dude, and it's just on the first tooth, I'd give up. I'd be like, oh my God, it's wrapped in wire.
My God. Let's go to Spencer. Spencer, can you beat that? Did you ever pry off a jaw brace?
No, but this is a bit of a sensitive story, but I'm going to bare my soul just for you guys.
All right. I just shared that I was prescribed an antidepressant. I didn't want to share that, but here I am.
Trust tree.
Yeah.
I've described a lot worse on your show, but yeah, we'll see. I cut a very sensitive part of my body. Told me don't engage in certain activities.
Hold
with your
on.
partner.
I think your phone. I think your phone cut out. You said you cut a sensitive part of your body. I'm assuming that's like your balls.
No, a little bit north.
Okay, the main highway.
The Frank.
The balloon.
Not the beans.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So that's
Yes.
the Frank. Got it.
What happened to Frank?
So a piece of glass fell down my pants.
Oh, no.
night.
What part of the Frank was cut? Like the head or like
Tippy tip?
A little lower than the head.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're honing in.
So he just said, don't just no gigging the geschmoigity for a couple months. Let that heal.
A couple of months.
It must have been a
That
bad.
was
I mean,
deep.
for
Did you have to get stitches?
No.
Okay.
It hurt. Like it stung, and he was like, yeah, that's what happened. So just don't do that. And I did, and it got bad.
Yeah.
And I went back to him, and he was like, dude, I told you, and does it hurt? And I was like, yeah. And he had to poke and prod a little bit. And I was like, dude, you're doing that just to hurt me. Stop it.
Well, you didn't listen
Yeah.
to
time
my
to learn your
orders.
lesson, buddy.
Poke,
Buckle up.
Poke.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
I finally listened, and it got better.
How
So
long?
that was
How long did you?
did it
Yeah. How
take?
long was the dry spell before you could do it again? Before you could shmoggle boinga going again, or whatever the hell they called it. What did he say?
I don't know.
I stopped for about a month, and that it healed and went away.
Yeah. Well, I could do a
can
month.
deal with the
I can do a
month.
month.
Especially if the first time it went tragically wrong when I tested it. I'd be like, okay, I got to save this guy long term.
When you say tragically wrong, you just mean like a really bad infection, like it got infected?
You get rashy, what was it?
It got a little infected, I think. He never gave me an official word, but it definitely swelled and was painful to the touch. So that was, yeah.
I would imagine even just like the friction of that whole thing
Yeah.
would just, even if it's not infected, it probably would be inflamed and.
And the fact that the girl even wanted to hook up with somebody who was clinical like that.
Did you hide it? Because.
I mean, she didn't she's not inspecting with a microscope. Before we start, let's do a quick physical to see what's going on.
You don't do that? That's weird.
Maybe you should.
I'm like, all right, up on the counter.
Yeah. Spread them.
All right, Spencer, we love your face, man. Appreciate you sharing that with us. He's probably scarred down there. Now that you think about it, he's probably got a big, mean scar.
It's weird that the doctor gave him Valtrex.
Yeah. Yes, Beefwater.
What about, I just heard Valtrex. And I can't
and he heard Valtrex and was summoned.
He thought his prescription had been delivered.
We do have some talkback messages to get to. Let's go to Ted real quick, though. Ted, tell us, what doctor's orders did you ignore?
Well, it wasn't that I ignored it so much as I really didn't know, but I just got done with open heart surgery, right? And my hair was growing gray at the time, whatnot, and I seen this little gray hair sticking out of my chest. And so I kind of pulled it a little bit, and before I know it, this hair was almost 2 inches in my hand. Turned out to be the surgical stitching in my heart.
The suit, you pulled the heart suture out!
Bruh.
Bruh. So, what? Did you
happened?
undo the surgery?
Well, I don't know. I didn't go back and ask questions.
Oh, man, so somewhere there's
I left it alone and clipped it short.
Oh, my God. These people who are not going to the doctor after they've done crazy things like this. How are you alive? How are you even alive?
I ask that every day.
Well, I'm glad you're still kicking, and hopefully, if you see any more quote-unquote hairs, let's make sure they're not a suture.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, let's hear it for grace of God.
Thanks, man.
Go get somebody.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Got some talk about... my body's getting weak.
I just got floored, like Sonic boomed.
You got talkback messages coming into the iHeartRadio app. Send us one anytime. Download it for your cell phone today.
I broke my toe once playing with the dog. I stubbed it on the kitchen island running around it, and it was black and blue sideways, and I reset it before I went to the doctor, but I went to get it checked out. I ended up having to go to 2 doctors because the first one wouldn't even look at my toe and just said, oh, yep, you got gout. Must be gout. And my toe's swollen black and blue, so I had to go to another doctor to get him to do something for me.
Yeah, always get a second opinion if you don't trust it, right?
That's right.
Or your call's coming up. Portland's Rock Station, 105.9 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Wanted to know what doctor's orders you just ignored. A doctor prescribed you something maybe, and you just decided not to take it, like me. Maybe the doctor put you in a cast, and you decided you didn't want the cast, and you cut it off like that last guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
And that's the thing when I broke my hand is they put you in a soft cast, which means that you have the ability to remove it. And if you do, you tend to take it off. And I think that's why my hand isn't healed right.
It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. What doctor's orders did you ignore?
Well, I broke my hand as a kid, boxer's fracture. And after 3 days, went in finally because my hand, was hurting still. They x-rayed it, said it was broken. Well, we're going to have to break it and reset it. I said, nope. And walked out. And it's been that way for the last 40 years. So
wow.
So I broke the same thing that you did. Does that thing still ache when it's cold, or like is it weird when you make a fist?
Not really. I haven't had any of that issues.
Well, that's good.
So,
how would they re-break your hand? Because in my head, I'd think of the scene from Casino where they smash it with a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, they do it specifically. They have a way, but I had full motion. It was just achy still because I had broken the bone, and it's actually like fused side to side a little bit instead of end to end.
Right. That's gnarly, man.
It's just when I make a fist, my one knuckle is just down about 1/4 of an inch than the other side.
Okay. That's not that bad.
Mine looks the exact same way.
I probably wouldn't let him re-break my hand for that either. Who cares?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like no. I had full motion. There was nothing. Okay. Whatever. It's just something it is,
Well, we appreciate the call, dude. Thanks for sharing that with that one with us.
All right.
Is a knuckle maybe a little bigger? You can almost use that as like a.
Mine's a little bit weaker than everything else now, but I only had a soft cast, and then I wasn't taking doctor's orders to keep it on, so maybe I screwed it up.
Hi, it's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. What doctor's orders did you ignore?
Hey guys, the one thing that I've ignored the last 2 times that I've went to the doctor's office is the same thing you were talking about, Tanner, is the colonoscopy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not feeling it?
Tanner went to get his colonoscopy, though. He just didn't drink the stuff.
Well, I haven't even gone to get mine.
Oh, you should get it done. Either you're going to be asleep for it.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
It'll be the most action you've had in a while, Sean. You just take the medicine and go to bed.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about it. But
how the heck am I going to know?
Yeah, and when you wake up, I wasn't sore or anything like that.
Oh, so it's the whole mystery effect.
All right, John, go get it done. All right, go get your colonoscopy.
Yeah, you got to stay healthy.
Yeah, all right, guys.
All right, one-eyed Sean, everybody. Afraid to get his colonoscopy done.
Yeah.
Gotta get that done, man.
I bet there's a ton of people like that.
Yeah.
And anyone who's not had it done and then they get bit by it would beg you to do it. So
yeah, seriously, you don't feel a thing. I was asleep for it. I didn't feel anything when I woke up. It was fine.
You might like it. It might become your new favorite thing.
You're like, you've been here 5 times this month.
We got text messages coming in on our McLaughlin Chevrolet text line. This one's from 1912. It says, I ignore doctor's orders so much I stopped getting depression prescriptions and refused to get a mammogram again after the first one. They hurt, and I don't care if I die.
Well, that's not a good look.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't like that somebody feels that way. Go see a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You go sit and think about that attitude.
Tell them you're depressed, too. They'll give you something.
And you can get breast cancer in your 20s and 30s. You got to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
This text from 3103 says, I broke half of one of my front teeth when I was about 13 years old and then got a crown. I was supposed to get a new one when I turned 18, but I'm now 43 and I got the adult tooth done. And I never got the adult tooth done.
Oh, wow.
Got some Dumb and Dumber going on.
So it's still, is that crown still hanging on?
If it is, that's a heck of a
He got his money's worth
hanger.
out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably swallowed that, I'm assuming.
Oof.
3324 says, went to a doctor for my CDL physical, and as soon as he walked in, he refused to do the physical unless I went and did a sleep study first. Didn't even ask me if I had any symptoms of sleep apnea or asked me about my sleep habits. I told him to kiss my ass. I walked out and went to a different doctor 10 years later, and I still sleep fine.
Yeah, that's
Man,
weird.
what did he think of your body when he walked in and just said, sleep study?
You are gross.
There's no way you breathe at night. I'm not even going to look at you.
1771 says, morning, my doctors keep trying to get me on statin, and I refuse. Statin? What is that?
It's for your cholesterol.
All right. My mom's oncology doc prescribed 2 meds for breast cancer, and she wouldn't touch them.
I mean, you just got to be careful, like when you're playing with fire if you've already been diagnosed.
Right.
I feel like
I mean, it's
if
not
it's
one of those
something
things
that's-
that just goes away.
If I'm gonna lose my life, I'm gonna do whatever the hell they tell me.
I'm going to fight tooth and nail to be here.
5983 says I broke my fifth. I don't even know what that is. They broke something and needed their surgery, but the incision would have ruined a tattoo of my daughter's name.
Is it a fifth metacarpal or something like that? It just sounds right. I just have no idea what it is.
Could
maybe.
you not get the tattoo fixed?
The next month they told me not to go to the beach or walk in the sand, but it was my daughter's 16th birthday and she passed away the year before, so I was going. I went and had no regrets and have no regrets still.
You walked that beach.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do it.
It's like I have a limp now, but I did it.
Huh.
8507 says my boxer's fracture is 100% healed and it aches when it's cold or raining.
See?
It's
I'm not
arthritis,
alone.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I'm not alone.
I feel like normally that's an arthritic thing, but
Yeah.
Well, it's when you break a bone, it basically creates a early onset arthritis effect.
Because my forearm does that, and that's how I know the rain's coming.
yeah. My science teacher in high school, he could always feel it in his knees. He's like, "Oh, it's gonna rain. My
Really?
knees are achy." Yeah.
Wow. I wish I could predict the weather like that.
Yeah.
You don't want the break first though.
Yeah, I would have to go get a knee injury first, and I'm going to skip that.
Give you a quick bonk, get you going.
All right, more of your calls, texts, and talkbacks coming up in just a few minutes. We're also, I don't know, we're going to do something cool.
We're online!
It's 105.9 The Brew. Tanner, Drew, and Laura, we are commercial free. Yeah. 1059 The Brew. Portland's Rock Station. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. Fat Tuesday's coming up next week.
Yeah.
And Laura's very excited. It's not her favorite holiday. Her favorite holiday is St. Patrick's Day, but this is up there because she loves punchkis.
Yes.
Which, by the way, the spelling of punchkis is terrible. How would you think you spell punchki, Beefwater?
Well, I saw her post it the other day, and I was trying to understand what it was that you were talking about. So I'm glad this is coming up.
Because it looks like you just smashed the phone with your your thumb, and whatever letters you hit is what it is.
Well, it looks nothing like it sounds.
What is the country of origin of this word?
It's Polish.
Yeah, so you look at their entire language. Every word you can say this, basically. It's all twisted like that.
So Punchki Day apparently is on Tuesday, right? As well as Fat Tuesday. Is that it?
Fat Tuesday is Punchki Day.
They just eat punchkis on Fat Tuesday.
Well, punchki is spelled P-A-C-Z-K-I.
Just like it sounds, baby.
Yeah, and it's got the K or I think the C has like a little squiggly underneath it. It's like
you can't even find it on our keyboard.
Yeah, you don't. And like in all the news articles, it's not there because where the hell even is it?
Yeah,
on the keyboard.
Write it in yourself.
So Paxki is what it looks like, but Punchki Day is on Tuesday as well as Fat Tuesday.
Correct.
I'll be showing Beefwater my boobies.
Oh, good.
And
4 beads only.
I'm going to go hit a cash machine.
Laura's on the prowl for punchkis, which are these like donut like pastry things.
You didn't have any when you were living in Detroit?
I didn't have a punchki. No, I'm not really into donuts with like things on the
But
inside
I'm just
of it.
surprised
Like, it's a donut?
but
jelly.
It's like a donut on steroids. It's like a jelly or cream filled donut.
It's a
just,
Polish
like,
jelly-filled
huge.
pastry, traditionally stuffed with fruit jams like prune, apricot, and plum.
I mean, it's fine.
So it's
a
a
little
diarrhea
over-
donut.
It's a little bit overthought.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot there. But
And
if-
like I've never had, for instance, I've never had a prune punchki. Like the
A
ones
prunchki?
that I've never had a
Prunchki?
punchki. I've only had punchkis filled with like raspberry or lemon or cream, or apple, I guess. But
In my mind, it was like one of those hand pies, like a more savory than sweet item. is
no,
what I
it's
was
definitely
thinking it
sweet. It can have powdered sugar on it, or it just can be glazed. But they're delicious and incredibly fattening.
But that's
yeah.
fine.
It's one
if
day a year.
It's on a holiday.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah.
So Laura's on the prowl right now.
Because in Portland,
If you
would
know where to
think,
get a good punchki.
Yeah, let me know, because you'd think in this town it wouldn't be a problem to find an authentic punchki. Because you can go to Freddy's or whatever and you can see the boxes of them. Those are not it. I mean, they're fine, but it's not it. So like people are like,
You're looking for like a tiny little bakery that's got it behind the glass.
yeah, so I found one place called Grandpa's Cafe and Polish Deli.
There
Their
you
hours
go.
are very strange. They
I
have
bet you it's
some
good.
sort of Fat Tuesday celebration going on tomorrow, but I'm kind of nervous about it because
Why?
I feel like I'm going to walk in and they're going to be like, screw up, who's this outsider? You know?
Let's put a hair on her punchki.
You have to go somewhere where it's actually authentic. So
I know.
of course you're going to look like an outsider, but they'll respect that you know good punchki.
I hope so.
It's a
I don't
Polish
know.
deli. That's your best chance.
I just like saying it, punchki.
Punchki.
I feel like it's also an insult. Like, you are such a stupid little punchki.
I'll
put Say you that right in your again. punchki.
Yeah, I'll
Say
flick,
it again.
I'll flick your punchki, dude.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Smell this punchki.
Your punchki smells
I
rotten.
think it's gone bad. It's
thank
gone
you.
bad.
Your punchki's sour.
Are we near the
something's
ocean?
Okay, what are
You
we
still talking donuts?
What are we talking? But yeah, so if anyone knows where to get a punchki, the pastry that is,
Yes.
let me know.
All right. They don't
DM
look,
Laura.
They don't look very good. I gotta be honest. I just would be so disappointed when I jump into the box of donuts and I bite into it, and then like cream would pour out into my mouth.
Are you Polish, Laura?
I'm not Polish, no, but in Dearborn, Michigan, there was a big Polish population, and so it was a big thing when I was living in Michigan.
Aren't you upset though when you bite into a donut and jelly squirts into your throat?
I see. As a kid, I loved a jelly donut, but I don't like eclairs. I don't like any cream. But I don't buy those. I'm a fritter guy. But didn't hurt my feelings to have a little jam.
Not my thing at all.
Mm-hmm.
I like.
Well, then if I get any punchkis, I will not be sharing them with you.
all the punchkis. Yeah, let us know. Oh, we got some texts coming in already. So yeah, someone already said, Laura, the one that you just mentioned.
Grandpa's Cafe and Polish Deli.
That's what it. Polish Library Association and Grandpa's Cafe.
And you've been talking about this for years, so pull it off. so that we can put this to bed.
See what
Because
it's all
every
about.
year you're like, oh, I want a Poochki, and then you never get it.
Yeah, because, and even like the donut shops that are like, we have Punchkis, and then I go and look at pictures, I'm like, that's not a Punchki. Like, what are you doing?
You got to go to that Polish festival that happens every year in your neighborhood and go.
That's
go
what I'm.
in the-
That's what I'm talking
by the
about.
way,
That's what this is.
The person that sent us that message actually works at that place, and they say they're waiting for you right now at the at Grandpa's
Nuh-uh.
Cafe Polish Library. He says,
What's
"Tell Laura
up?
we have them here."
And stop being nervous about going on and hang with a bunch of Polish dudes.
Wait, are you serious?
I swear to God, I'll give you. They sent me the number too, so I'll even give you the link here in a second. Yeah, now Laura's
I
excited.
did send them a message on Facebook just the other day. I'm like, are you gonna have Punchkis?
Well, they're listening.
Okay.
We appreciate them.
All right.
It's a Poochki party for Laura today. You can follow us on Instagram because I'm sure she'll post pictures
Oh, yeah.
at 1059 The Brew. 1059 The Brew. It's Tanner, Drew, and Laura. And Laura is on the hunt for a good punchki. I didn't know what a punchki was until Laura told me. And I still barely know what it is.
Polish donut.
It's a Polish donut. It's got some sort of cream or filling in it or something. And it's not really my thing, but Laura is obsessed. And she's been looking for a good one here in Portland and has been here for like 3 or 4 years and hasn't found one.
Because it's just a special once-a-year thing, you know?
I mean, we've gotten probably a half a dozen texts from people saying Grandpa's Cafe, Polish Library Association. That's the spot.
Okay, that's where I'm going to have to go because I was thinking about that place. And it sounds like that's the joint. So,
what kind are you looking for? What filling are you looking for?
I like a good raspberry filling. I just like the glazed raspberry kind.
You don't want the prune?
I mean, I would try. I mean, I feel like prune is a more authentic option. So if prune is an option, I'll get one.
I'll take the prune.
Just tell you how it is.
Don't eat too many, you'll get the pips.
This text says if you're looking for a good punchki, Grandpa's Cafe will have it for sure. This one says Grandpa's Cafe. They're very nice people. Tell Laura we have them here at Grandpa's Cafe, so they're listening.
Locked and loaded.
We got some talkbacks to the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Laura, I just saw some punchkis at the A-Crop last week. But I don't know about the filling. You might have to tip extra for that.
Oh.
Bing bong.
Wow. They have the
Punchki, man. That sounds like a dirty word. But it also sounds like a pretty good donut. I wouldn't mind trying it. Similar to kind of like the empanadas. You guys like empanadas?
I like the way he says empanadas.
The empanada is like the Mexican donut. It's kind of... It looks like a pita pocket, but it's filled with like apples and stuff like that. You know, whatever. It's pretty good stuff.
Sounds pretty
It's
good.
more like a pie than a donut.
It's kind of like the hot apple pie you get at McDonald's.
Well, have you had the caramel apple empanada at Taco Bell?
Yeah, it's good.
No.
What?
It's good.
It's good.
Of course, Casey's had it. Yeah,
they are
It's had
tasty.
everything.
He had 2 of them this morning.
It was gone for a while, and then they recently brought it back as a part of the Decade series,
Yeah.
I
Ugh.
think. Yeah.
Stop teasing with the decade stuff. Just bring back the double-decker and the chili cheese! I will have an outburst every time it's brought up.
You got a chance at that Decker. It'll be back.
Yeah, you know, they have like there's like some sort of double-deckerish taco there, and it's close, but it's
Come on,
not
just bring the
exact same.
OG.
Yeah, they're dead to me. They've broken my heart. We are commercial-free. Happy Friday. It's 1059 The Brew. Tanner, Drew, and Laura. So they are still investigating the death of actor Gene Hackman, who passed away at the age of 95 years old. We found out about it yesterday, but it sounds like he had been dead for quite a long time.
Couple of weeks, I think.
They said his wife was partially mummified, and they say that was just her hands and feet that were partially mummified. And, you know, it's not like you think in the movies. That's what I initially thought, like he had wrapped her in a sheet or something.
Not like in an Egyptian.
Yeah, it's just a way to describe the decomposition part of the process, I guess. And so they were saying that the skin can get so hard they can't even cut through it with a scalpel.
That's
wow.
nuts.
Casey,
that's crazy.
You were around the dead for so long when you were a kid. Did you ever hear your parents talk about that, or your grandparents?
No, I mean I saw a mummified person before, but I never tried to cut through them, so I don't know if that's accurate or not.
So they let you pick the bodies up. They wouldn't let you
that was it.
That's probably like you got to draw the line somewhere.
You can't desecrate it.
Well, they got to do it, right?
It happens. Yeah. People, and again, that's environment controls everything. So, like, you got to have the right conditions for that to happen. It's kind of weird, though.
The instant gratification in me, though, is a little bummed at what kind of information went from yesterday to today. Like, and, you know, this always happens. I just feel like if we don't find something out in the first 48, it just can go so cold. You know, like, we never get answers later on. So, it's suspicious at the very least, the whole scene.
Well, and especially the fact that they were like, oh, it's carbon monoxide. And then they were like, oh, no, it's not. And now they're like, well, we're not ruling it out. And it's like, well, if you don't know, like, stop talking.
Well, so I guess the family said, like, we think it's probably carbon monoxide. So they're not even professionals. They just threw that out there. Media picked up on that. Then the police or the gas company said that there was no signs of it.
Right.
So no initial signs of it. Maybe because, you know, the door was open. He was found in the mudroom. Maybe he was going to open the door because there was a stink.
And the mummification process is what opens the door to the monoxide again, because if it had been 2 weeks, the air could have cleared. But it is weird that leaks don't typically stop on their own, right? So, like, if I had a gas leak and I die, wouldn't the gas continue to leak?
Well, isn't a gas leak and carbon monoxide two different things?
It is, but I'm just giving you a reference that would a carbon monoxide leak just stop?
No, that's what I was going to say with what Tanner said was, you say, well, he's probably opening the door because it stank, but you wouldn't smell that.
Right, it's a silent
killer. And that's what happens with carbon monoxide is people don't notice it and they go to bed and it just overcomes them.
What's your theory? Because it's kind of all over the place, beef water.
That was the first thing that I thought was carbon monoxide because how it took out everybody.
Do you think foul play was involved? Do you think something sketchy happened?
I think they would have saw something if foul play was in the equation.
Because wouldn't that giant compound have some sort of cameras?
Well, also there were 3 dogs. Only one of them passed away, which is why I think that maybe Gene Hackman and his wife died, and then like the third dog, because the third dog died by the closet, which makes me think that it was going somewhere to die. Like it knew, because animals sometimes they know and
find
so
a hiding spot when they're not feeling good.
So I'm wondering if maybe like the dog starved or
because it was a closed closet according to what TMZ had said.
She was in the bathroom, I guess,
or maybe there wasn't a closed door because they wrote it like a door was closed,
and she might have been in the bathroom with it closed,
because then you'd starve to death, right?
Yeah.
Because if the 2 people die out there in the hallway and the door's closed, you're not going to get your food.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Beefwater would.
I was just wondering if
Beefwater said the dogs eat the people.
I was just wondering
if he's in the bathroom.
But Gene Simmons was Gene Simmons. Gene Hackman was in the mudroom, and the door was open. There was dogs outside. So
I don't know. I don't know.
That's why
it's weird.
It's annoying that we don't have more answers. Like I wanted to wake up to the answer.
I was wondering if she maybe fell in the bathroom and the dog was just kind of hanging out with her, you know what I mean?
To just come on.
But then what about Gene Hackman then? Why wouldn't he call the police, or why was he found in the mudroom on the floor?
I'm guessing it's going to come out what his mental state is. Yeah. Because if his mental state is deteriorated, which is normal at his age of 95, maybe all of our questions can't be answered because he's not thinking like us.
But they were saying he was still like active, going out every week.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I know.
He's not dancing.
I know.
I mean, that is pretty brittle.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a very interesting ordeal, but we are keeping an eye on it. I mean, he still did some badass movies.
Oh,
Hoosiers.
so much.
I think I might watch that this weekend. I definitely going to watch Superman. Him as Lex Luthor was the first thing I ever saw.
I want to see if they do a special segment for him at the Oscars.
I think they've got to, right?
Right. He was great in
I would think
Royal
they're
Tenenbaums, too, man.
They're probably scrambling to put some sort of montage together.
Yeah, because
and
I
it better
think
be great
because it's on Sunday night.
Yeah, because usually they do the in memoriam or whatever, but I hope they do something on top of that.
I think he needs his own segment. It's
Yeah.
Gene Hackman. This isn't. You can't put him between two B-list actors on a quick reel.
God,
He needs his
what
own
if they
segment.
snub them all together? That would be a
There's
terrible.
no
thing.
way.
That would be.
They've done it before.
That would be almost as bad as slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Yeah, I know they've snubbed people before. I doubt they'll snub Gene Hackman, but
because
it
everyone's talking about
it. Did just happen. What if they just go? Oh, we'll do it next year. Like no,
it was already done.
But most definitely one of the weirdest situations I can recall of a celebrity death. Like
Yeah.
it's a pretty weird situation.
This text from 1567 says my dad and stepmom and their dogs died from carbon monoxide. A carbon monoxide leak. Carbon monoxide is heavier than air, so the dog might have even died first.
Oh, because it lays low.
Interesting.
That's wild.
They say 1912 says Gene could have died of natural causes or by falling, and his wife could have committed suicide in grief per the pills. Just my theory.
Well, because they did say
It's not a
that they
terrible theory.
thought that he'd fallen and hurt himself just because the way his sunglasses, I guess, were on the floor. Because they looked like they just had fallen off of his head.
And they were talking about like assisted suicide, and could this be something like that last night on the news?
But isn't that
I
weird?
don't
Like if someone
think
assists
so.
you, they put you into a restful position.
Yeah, you wouldn't just be on the bathroom floor.
That's what they were also
somewhere.
mentioning. Like usually when
Yeah.
people do that, they're like holding hands or something like that.
Yeah,
but,
it's a moment.
But like, did the couple? I don't know.
I mean, the thought immediately crossed my mind that, and we even mentioned the Notebook factor that you don't stay alive because you die of a broken heart.
But also, if you were to commit suicide after Gene passes, you'd still put yourself to bed. Like you wouldn't just drop the pills and lay down on the floor.
And I don't think you leave your loved one in the
No,
mudroom.
I don't think so.
My prediction is going to be the butler in the library with a candlestick.
Yeah, I think he nailed it.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Well, I don't know when we'll find out, but Casey, you were saying that it could
gonna be
months before
months
we
from
get
now.
any reports back, because toxicology reports apparently take a long time. So.
And we have to find out if that stuff was in their blood.
Right. Well, we'll keep you posted. We got talkbacks coming through the iHeart Radio app. Download it for your cell phone. Once you have the Brew streaming, press the microphone button.
There's a little dust on her poonski, but don't let it fool you about what's inside.
A little dust on your poonchi.
Oh, I do. That is the OG and the remix, both great songs. Thank you for that.
Dust on the poonchki.
Send us a talkback anytime. Just download the iHeart Radio app for your cell phone. We're going to find out what's trending next. Hang on.
Now, what's trending?
All right, a lot of good stuff on the website, 1059thebrew.com. For one, our Donkey Show podcast, the show after the show, unedited and uncensored. Yesterday's was pretty good. I was happy with it.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't remember what we talked about. I just remember I walked away feeling
feeling good about it.
Totally fulfilled. We actually dove real far into the Gene Hackman thing on the initial investigation. So if you don't know much about that, there's some good stuff there.
And nothing's really happened since that
So we
podcast.
got you basically
it's
up to
current.
date.
It's up to date. It's current. Check it out, 1059thebrew.com. You can also see all the movie trailers that are out this for the new movies this weekend. By the way, the new movies that are out, I haven't even heard of. It's kind of the lull time for movies.
What do we got?
Riff Raff. Hits theaters today.
Is that a biopic?
No, it's not about the guy Riff Raff. Bill Murray's in it. Bill Murray, Pete Davidson, and Ed Harris are in this. So it's got a good cast.
Yeah, it
I've
does
never
look good.
heard of this.
Riff Raff.
Oh, not a great tomato though.
Uh-oh.
What's it
what
say?
is it?
60.
Ooh, that's not well.
What's the
that's-
audience?
That's an
What's the
F.
audience
But that's
for?
Or
that's
is that
the
a D?
lady from White Lotus.
Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge.
She's great.
Oh yeah.
That's in theaters. Last Breath is also in theaters. This is the one I've been seeing trailers for. It's
Don't know
got
what that is.
it's got Woody Harrelson, some other people you might recognize, but looks like they're on an oil rig or something.
Oh man. Just the cover looks intense.
Last Breath is based on a true story. Follows a deep sea divers racing against time to save a trapped crewmate.
Yeah. I remember seeing this trailer now.
Okay.
It looks okay. What's the Rotten Tomatoes on that?
He's 79.
All right.
Okay, that's a better bet.
So those are in theaters this weekend. Trailers are up at 1059thebrew.com.
Bing bing.
Hold on, I got some digestion. That wasn't very big.
That was not good. That didn't sound like it was very satisfying.
No,
it is
wasn't.
acid o'clock though, so just give it time.
It wasn't very good. Let's go to the Todd Father. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good, brother.
Hey, man. I was going to call in and tell you, but I missed probably one of the best bacon and beers. It sounded awesome on the, on the radio, and I'm sure there was a little more going on behind the scenes, but it sounded awesome.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate it, man. It was a lot of fun. We really appreciate the couples coming out for the first ever mass divorce.
A lot of drama.
There was so much drama.
We laughed, we cried. It was a very emotional moment.
Dude,
or entire show, I should say.
A lot of people were crying at that party. The girl who won the trip obviously cried.
Ashley, yeah.
I was very happy that she won. And then one of the couples that got divorced, I felt so bad for. I even told them, guys, we don't have to do this. If you, there's parts of me that feels like you guys really still love each other, and if you don't want to get divorced today, don't do it. And they went through with it. As a matter of fact, at one point she goes, "No, it has to happen." Yeah. And he welled up. Her husband welled up so much, and he took 2 big sips of his beer because he just knew it was happening.
I do, and I think
I
that's
felt
what
so
killed
bad for
Gene
him.
Hackman.
That's it. That's what set him off. He was heartbroken as well.
Yeah, it was a tough
He was
morning.
listening on the iHeartRadio app.
But I felt so bad for him. But it sounds like they still have love for each other. They're somewhat friendly. I got a feeling they'll probably get back together in the future, and that happens. People get divorced and remarry.
I think they got back together in the parking lot of McMinimans,
Yeah,
if you know
probably.
what I'm saying.
The amount of baggage that they had not yet revealed. She kept going, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
I wish we had 3 more hours with
Yeah,
them.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's quite the Springer special.
Laura, would you ever get back with your ex?
No.
All right.
But
What if he fixed his lactose problem?
And he fixed his life because you
true.
told him to become a welder, and then he became a welder after you guys.
Yeah, but he grew out a really terrible beard.
No, it's not looking
Oh,
good.
you could get him to cut that.
Maybe, but it's not
It's
not
still
for
a
me.
no.
Also, he belongs to somebody else now, you guys. I'm not trying to be a homewrecker.
She's
They're a
moved on.
they're a much better fit. As long as he
closed the
lets
door on
me
him.
come visit the dog, that's all I care.
My top father's laughing because he's just not buying it.
What?
He's like, yeah.
Really?
No, I'm buying it, man. I'm buying
All
it.
right.
Absolutely. Leave him be.
Hey,
Enjoy
Todd,
your life.
Todd, thanks for bringing the stuff by, though. That was awful nice of you to swing through, drop it off, and go, hey, I can't stick around, but here's some stuff.
Shirts
He
look
was-
great.
It was hard to leave. I can tell you that right now. It was very difficult.
Yeah, we would love to have had you, but he did drop off some really great shirts and the first ever Tanner, Drew, and Laura bumper stickers.
I want to see some of those on
Yeah.
bumpers. There were a lot of promises that those were going on.
These are actually like waterproof stickers that you can put on, and they're not going to like fall off in a month or so.
Yeah, or fade.
Yeah. So, and by the way, that's done by FLI FX. They are really great people. If you need logos for your company, shirts made, if you need, stickers, right?
Yeah.
T-shirts.
He's incredible. They do a
FLI
great job.
FX
Something like that.
is the company.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Hey, if you get a chance, get kind of tuned up and watch that movie Strays. Have you seen that yet?
Straight?
Strays, about the dog.
Oh,
Oh,
Strays.
Strays. No, I haven't seen it. Is it good?
I'm telling you, I accidentally put it on, and me and my buddy just cracked up laughing until it was done.
Well, it's got a 54% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I think Will Ferrell is one of the voices of the
telling you,
dog.
But it's the rated R movie, so it's like like Homeward Bound or whatever, but they curse and stuff.
Yeah,
good content.
I think
And it is. I'm telling you, it's better than you think it is.
All right.
Will
I
Forte.
just use it for something.
Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx.
Sounds like a bong hit kind of a movie, you know what I'm saying?
It feels like it.
It's that type of movie for sure.
I can't officially tell you that, but yes.
All right, Top Father, we appreciate you very much, bro.
All right, man. You guys have a great day.
You
Hey,
too.
have a great weekend.
Let's go to McD. Good morning, McD.
Hey, good morning, Brew Crew. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Well, all right.
Man, you're awkward.
He's like, hang on, I guess I got to change some plans real quick.
What's up, dude?
Speaking of that, have you ever had a punski with tang in it?
Tang?
With like
the orange
powdered tang?
Yeah, I think it's called a poontang.
Get off
Okay.
Get off
Oh my
What?
God,
McD.
McD.
God. All right, we'll see you, dude. That joke was cheap, but I loved it.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that from McD. I gotta say,
he did hook us all.
I most
up.
definitely felt that one coming.
All right, McD. Well, have a great weekend. We will see you next time. All right, guys. I think that's it for us. I'm exhausted. I don't know. What are you guys doing this weekend? You gonna do anything fun?
I'm gonna go eat some punchkis. I'll tell you that much.
Full slate of dadding.
Got a lot of dadding to
and
do?
a little charity event tonight.
Yeah.
Be at it for sure.
Beef, what about you?
I just do what I do every weekend, and I go hide in a closet.
Mhm.
Try not to be found by anyone, and just hang tight.
You in the closet, that's not anything new.
That's where I live. That's where I live. No, we're just going to have a good chill weekend.
Nice.
Well, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. We'll be back Monday. What do we give away next week?
Seinfeld.
Next week, tickets to Jerry Seinfeld.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. That's right.
That's right, Laura.
Nice.
Yeah, we got it.
Nice.
All right, stop. Yes, next week, tickets to go see Jerry Seinfeld. Make sure you're listening to win. We will see you then. Bye.
Nice.